Hello guys, my name is Balkrishna Srivastava and welcome to Code with PK. So in this video we solve question 6 of 2023 ISC Computer Science Specimen paper, which is to create a class Pronic. So before we begin, it is a request to please subscribe to my channel, because out of 100 views only 1 or 2 are subscribed and a subscription is very important. So please subscribe to my channel. Alright, let's begin. So this is the question, alright, and whenever I solve ISC Computer Science board question papers, I always recommend that you read the question very carefully from the first letter to the last letter. So take a minute and give it a reading. Alright, so in this case we have to design a class Pronic to check if a given number is a Pronic number or not. And what is a Pronic number? If product of two consecutive numbers is equal to the number. Okay, for example, 0 into 1 is 0, 1 into 2 is 2, 2 into 3 is 6, into 4 is 12, so 0, 2, 6, 12 are Pronic numbers. Okay, so I'm going to write this class Pronic first and then I'm going to write the main. Okay, so class Pronic. Okay, and I always solve these questions on VS Code where I don't have any autocomplete or any help from the IDE, right? So I have to write it from memory, because you people in the exam are also going to write it from memory. Okay, so the data member is num to store a positive integer number, so I say private int num because it is a data member. Okay, then I have the constructor, so I make it public. Constructor has the same name as of the class, does not take any arguments, no arguments. Default constructor to initialize the data member with a legal initial value. So you have to initialize num with a legal initial value, which is any integer. So in this case I take 0, and conventionally and traditionally if you have integers you give them default value of 0. The requirement is to set this num to a legal initial value, and any integer would be a legal value. Okay, moving on, I have the function acceptnum. Okay, and since this is a member method, I make it public void acceptnum. Okay, making sure I spell the name of the function correctly. Right, to accept a positive integer, so you have to accept a number from the user, and you can use data input stream or scanner. I'm going to use scanner. Scanner is equals to new scanner system.in. Okay, and I will also have to add import java.util.scanner. Okay, so accept a positive integer number, so I am going to print a prompt message, enter a positive integer number. Okay, and this part is not mandatory. You write it, you don't write it, it's not a part of the requirement. The requirement is to accept a positive integer number, but I'm doing this so that when I run the program I get a prompt. Okay, I have to accept the positive number into this variable num using this scanner class object. I say next int. Alright, and my acceptnum method is done. Okay, alright. Moving on to the next method, which is boolean ispronic. So I'll say public because this is a member method. Boolean is Pronic. Ispronic, P is lowercase. Okay, making sure the name of the method is correct, and it takes a parameter and argument into B. Okay, now this says returns true if the number num, this number which is the data member, is Pronic number, otherwise returns false. Okay, using recursion. Okay, now in this method signature, you see you have v, which is the argument that this method is getting, and num is the name of the data member. But you have to check if number num is a Pronic number or not. You don't have to check if v is a Pronic number or not. Now if you had to check if v is a Pronic number, then it would become really tricky. Okay, but for now you have to check num is a Pronic number or not using this v, which is doable. Okay, so whenever I solve questions involving recursion, I always recommend you to break the problem into two cases, the base case and the recursive case. So the base case is where the recursion stops. So I can say if v equal to 0, return false. But if you look at the examples, 0 is also considered a Pronic number. But it says you have to accept a positive integer number, so 0 is not positive, neither positive nor negative. Okay, so this is a little confusion here. So in my code, I will take care to check if 0 is a Pronic number as well. Alright, so for that, this won't work. I'll show you later when I run the code. I have to make it -1, and this is my base case, because we have to consider 0 a Pronic number. Okay, and this can be confusing, I understand, because they say accept a positive integer number. Okay, but they are saying 0 is a Pronic number as well. Okay, anyways, I'm taking considering 0. Okay, so this is my base case. What is going to be my recursive case? The case that I can repeat. So if v into v minus 1 equal to num, product of two consecutive integers is num, you return true. Otherwise, you say return, you call this function and you pass v minus 1, because when we call this ispronic method, from the next method check, we are going to pass num as the starting value, which goes as v. So then the recursion will start with v equal to num, and we call v minus 1. So it will be num minus 1, then num minus 2 till minus 1. Alright. So this is our ispronic method. This is our recursive case. Okay. Then we have our final method, void check. So I make it public because this is the member method. Void check. Okay, takes no arguments. Checks whether the given number is a pronic number by invoking the function ispronic. So if ispronic, you pass num. Okay, you print system.out.println ln num plus is a pronic number. Okay, all right. Else part would be is not a pronic number. All right, and our class pronic is done. So let me complete the main as well. Public static void main string args. Okay, I need to create an object of pronic. So I say pronic, 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 and you can name this a, b, c, d, anything, but I recommend you naming this pronic with a lowercase p, because that is what we do conventionally and traditionally. Okay, and whenever I'm solving questions of ISC boards, I always recommend naming variables for the purpose they meant. You say equal to new pronic. Okay, constructor called here takes no arguments, so you're sending no parameters. Okay, and call the functions accordingly. So the first function we need to call is acceptnum. So I'm gonna say pronic dot acceptnum and then check. So pronic check. Okay, I'm not calling this ispronic because this is being called by check. All right. So this is the solution code for this problem. So I'm going to compile and check, and I hope there are no errors. Okay, Java C, yep, all good. Java ISC question 6. So I will enter 12. 12 is not a pronic number. Now can you tell me why? Because I have done a very silly mistake here, because v into v minus 1 is basically v into v calculating first and then minus 1. We want v into this entire v minus 1. Okay, now if we compile and check, enter 12 and it's a pronic number. Alright, okay, run again, say maybe 6, run again, say maybe 2, okay, run again and maybe 0. So we are considering 0 as a pronic number, okay, even though the requirements say you have to enter a positive integer. So if you don't want to consider 0, you can make it 0. So because our base case is 0 now, okay, the recursion stops at 0. So 0 will not be a pronic number now, even though it is mentioned here. Okay, so it's a decision you will have to take when you're solving the problem. Okay, and both the ways it should be correct, because either way 0 is a pronic number and the other way they're expecting a positive integer number. So this should not be an input. Okay, so if I run again, I say 2, run again, say maybe, alright, so after 12 it will be 20, okay, and then it will be 30. Alright, okay, so this was the solution to this problem, and I hope this was helpful. And there are a couple of things that you have to take care is first the base case here. Okay, you have to decide what is the base case whenever you're solving a recursive problem, and then don't make silly mistakes like this. Okay, and I will add the link of the code in the description of this video. And if you want me to solve this in Hindi, please let me know that as well. I will add a video about this in Hindi as well. And also, if you want me to explain this thing separately, entirely in detail on a whiteboard, I can do that as well. Just let me know in the comments. Okay, so I hope this was helpful and you like this video. So please like this video, share my video, and subscribe to my channel, please. And if there was something that you did not like about this video, please just don't press the dislike button. Please also let me know in the comments what was it that you did not like about this video, so that I can improve in my further videos. And you can also let me know in the comments if there is a question you want me to solve, or if there is a concept you want to discuss. Thank you.